This is my Magni M16 Gyro, and this is what happens when you take it to the extreme. I've upgraded the wheels, tires, and nose suspension with Magni's new Xtreme kit, designed to give the gyro more capability on rougher, off-airport terrain. In this video, I'll give you a first look at the kit, a quick overview of the installation, and my first real impressions after flying it. The real question isn't whether it looks cooler, it definitely does. The real question is whether this upgrade actually makes the gyro better in the real world. I've already loved flying this M16, my motorcycle in the sky, but when I saw what Magni has done with the Xtreme version, with bigger soft tires, a shock-absorbing nose fork, and a more backcountry-ready stance, I knew I wanted to take a closer look. Northern California offers no shortage of grass strips, dirt strips, and out-of-the-way places where this kind of capability could really matter. The Xtreme idea came out of real-world use. In Australia, Magni gyro owners have been operating these over rougher terrain in agricultural work, and that pushed the design in this direction. I had been watching with a lot of interest, especially after seeing Brian Wagner's M16 Xtreme on the Backcountry Gyro YouTube channel. I kept wondering whether that kind of capability could make sense for my gyro too, opening the door to more places I can safely and confidently use my gyro. Last July at Oshkosh, I spent some time with the US Magni dealer team and got a close look at several Xtreme equipped gyros. That's when I learned Magni was considering an upgrade path for existing M16 owners. I said yes almost immediately. Shortly after Oshkosh, I put down my deposit and placed my order. As far as I know, I'm the first Magni owner in the United States to install this upgrade on an existing M16. But the M16 itself is a mature design, and Magni has already been delivering new gyros with the Xtreme setup, so I felt pretty confident this was a well-sorted package. Because I'm one of the first to retrofit this kit, there were no installation videos or how-to guides. The install took some fitting and a few modifications, and I'll cover that in detail in a separate installation video. But for this video, I want to focus on the bigger question: what changed and was it worth it? After a bit of a wait, the Xtreme kit finally arrived. Once it showed up, it was time to get to work. The kit includes the major pieces needed to transform the M16's landing gear setup: larger Behringer main wheels with 21-inch Tundra tires, a redesigned articulating nose fork with a larger nose wheel and tire, and a Fox shock to help absorb bumps and rougher surfaces. The installation itself is fairly straightforward, but it does require a few modifications to the body to accommodate the wider nose fork structure. I'll cover all those details in a separate install video, but here are a few highlights. The nose fork fits into the existing frame structure, but the body opening has to be enlarged to clear the wider fork assembly. The main wheels require a new axle, but the Behringer brakes and rotors bolt right onto the new wheels. With the help of a few friends, it took us several days to get everything installed, checked, and ready for the first flight. Visually, the change is dramatic. The Xtreme kit gives the gyro a much more aggressive stance on the ground. Parked next to a standard M16, the difference jumps out right away. It looks great, but there's a trade-off. It's definitely a little harder to get in and out of. The extra height means a bigger step up over the body to get into the cockpit. Once the install was done, it was back to basics: taxi tests, takeoffs, landings, and a few hours of careful evaluation. So where are we at this point? I've got 5 or 6 flying hours in it now, and it does feel a little different on taxi. It kind of wallows back and forth on those soft tires. That is kind of an interesting feeling. And then with the nose having a shock in it, the nose also compresses and comes back and forth. So when you're doing your run-up, for instance, you hold the brakes and you put the power up to 2,800 RPM to do your mag checks, you can actually feel and see the front end compressing as you bring that prop up. And then as you bring the prop back, you see it come back up to a little bit taller state. It's also, as you saw, kind of fun to get in and out of. You definitely have to be a little more limber to get in and out of the gyro. I also have done a number of takeoffs and landings and a number of touch and goes, again, just to kind of get a feel for the gyro. And really, during my whole testing, I've noticed that they're really not flying any different. I've got the same exact Magni M16 feel that I've had from before when I didn't have this kit on it. It is a little different on landing. As you see in the pictures, the nose sits up higher, so your sight picture is a little bit different. With those soft tires coming in on landing, even if you do a decent landing, you get a little bit of a compression, which actually is kind of nice. I like the feeling of it, but it is a little bit different. Your rotor management is important in any gyro flying, but maybe with these tires, I'll have to be even extra careful for that. Takeoffs, I've noticed, because of the nose is pitched a little higher, I seem to come off the ground a little bit quicker. My next step is definitely to start instrumenting my takeoffs and landings. The gyro is going to be able to land a lot shorter than it can take off. So I need to make sure I know my takeoff distances with different wind conditions, with different crosswind conditions, different weight configurations, so that I make sure that I don't land somewhere that I can't get out of and I can't take off from. My first backcountry experiences are going to be a couple grass and dirt strips that we have around here. These are strips that are landed with, any other tail wheel, backcountry type plane. They're well groomed. So I'll start with those, and that'll also be a great place to instrument the difference in the takeoff roll when you're on grass or say on dirt versus when you're on a paved surface. I can't wait to show you a great backcountry adventure once I have the skills and the knowledge that I need in order to feel comfortable doing that. So make sure you stick around for the next Silva adventure.